affect someone in some sort of way. I wrote something for you. Strictly for the children who now know Santa Claus is the imaginary friend all parents made up so their kids would still believe in them, even after finding out that mom and dad are only humans. For the Martin and Malcolm X fighting in us all. For the I do's the government refuses to acknowledge. The G in God's too unholy to be capitalized. Or the last 2 weeks of the year. Your family ties spew notes about culture that are disapproved by our educational systems and ambiguously reworded into winter break. This poem is for the accents too heavy to be American, for the free writes too honest to be read. Every great poem that never sees a stage, especially the poems still caught between the pages of our notebooks. It's for the 12th grade boys still struggling to learn how to read. The homeless couple in downtown San Francisco, making immortal flowers for the random passerby, loose chains simply because it makes them happy and everyone else like them. It's for the nomads and runaways with bloody noses who superglue home unto the insoles of their shoes. For the exotic dancer who does it because she chooses to. For the bigots who hate themselves. All the run-on sentences in this poem thus far. All the mental hospitals full of sane people. Everyone causing a ruckus in their community. All the bisexuals who were mistakenly labeled indecisive. Even the agnostics who were too disappointed to pray. For the fools still waiting on the revolution to be televised, and the boys who really think Michael Jackson is their father, and the girls who believe childbirth is the everyday miracle to the dragons who are trained to not breathe fire. All the stalkers struggling to keep to themselves. This poem is for the alcoholics who go to bars, drink pop just to prove they are real men. I wrote this for the foreigners who were tricked into believing they'd actually be free here. To the self-mutilators who are tired of feeling like voodoo dolls, all the rapists looking for redemption, to the tongue-twisted adolescents trying to learn another language, anything to get closer to other people, to the countries that commit harakiri because they could not see their own demise. Every child soldier that will never live to see their 10th birthday. Every peaceful sitting that turned fatal. There's a poem out there for you, written in domesticated blood between us. Who's going to tell Gandhi that he failed? Which one of you wants to explain to the dead textbook heroes while their spilled blood was in vain? We are walking to the instrumentals of tribute poems and silent idealism, filling our time with speeches about our history only to let them fall out of our minds when we need more room for video game cheats and one-liners for movies that carry no substance. Reaching to the same song, tap dancing to global malfunction, but some of us don't have rhythm. The movements are too different. Even in unison, we are segregated as many of you continue to stampede to this track on repeat, not even realizing you are racing to your own graves, but so many bodies hit me, not any breath left in our lungs to sigh for you to grieve at your funerals. Mother Nature will be excited to know that her children are anxious to be shoved back inside her to start the cycle over, seeking to be grounded like penguins, looking at all the other birds that can actually fly. History always repeats itself. Maybe the reason we destroy ourselves is so our future generations can learn from us, believing those martyrs found solace in the echoes of the legend in their name. I wrote something for you, a poem actually. I wanted to recite it to you, loud enough to get you to stop moving because we were all going somewhere. It used to be in the same direction. Let this spark a coup d'etat. We should not move. In fact, we should just stop until we can get a new beat to march to.